We can't hurt. So, we needed a center this year, and I'm more than happy to play center. So I'm excited about the challenge, and we will see if that is maybe where I end up.
What's been the biggest snap for ball from spring practice?
A lot. A lot of times, it just hasn't become second nature to you. It's so much work, and it just takes a lot of practice. Just like anything else, it takes a lot of practice for it to where you're not even thinking about it, and that's the key.
Barrett, no one the way you've known him succeed as a CEO outside like a major business.
Knowing Coach Saban the way I know him, I think he would succeed at anything he did. Whether that was working at a gas station or whether he was a CEO, he would be. If he was a shoe shiner, he'd be the best shoe shiner you've ever met. So he could do it all. He is. He really does. He's an innovator and kind of a pioneer of the game. And I really am so honored and privileged to play for a guy like that.
What's been the biggest difference so far in what you guys are doing working with Barrett Jones?
There hasn't been any huge differences, honestly. The transition was just about as seamless as it could be. Coach Nuss really understood that he was coming into a place that, wasn't in disrepair or shambles, I guess you could say, but it was in we'd had some good things going on, and he didn't come in and try to change everything. He stuck with the good things that he knows we do well, but he also added some new wrinkles. So I think we're going to see some new wrinkles and some new formations and new plays, especially in the passing game. So I'm excited about what he brings to the table, and I think everyone has really enjoyed working with him. He's really an excellent teacher of the game, and that's something that we've really seen over spring practice with him.
What's overriding the decision to come back last year? You come out 2 national championships. With the play your brother, or just the fact it's like college?
Yeah, there was a lot that went into it. I don't think it was goofing around, but you said my brother. My brother certainly was a factor. I'm looking forward to playing with Harrison this year, but I just prayed about it, and I felt like I would have a lot of cool opportunities to do things like share my faith and to get a chance to speak at some cool places and to have some influence over kids and over other people, and I just knew that it would be a unique opportunity that I might never get again. So that's a big reason why I came back.
Barrett, you're obviously not going to be here when the playoff starts.
Right.
How many games is too many games?
That's a question I've really wrestled with. I don't want there to be so many games where it really starts taking away from the game for college athletes, student athletes at that. I think 14's a lot. 15, I guess now is the max. That's a lot to. If you get too many more, it starts kind of becoming like an NFL-like season. I think the way they have it now is good. Obviously, this is what the fans were calling for, and so, like you said, it will never affect me. But I do think it would be a mistake to expand it anymore, just because it already is so many games, and it really takes a physical toll on your body. Especially playing in this league where we're not spread it out and passing 50 times a game. We're running right up the middle, and so it takes a lot of your body, and 14 is plenty, and I think 15 will be plenty also.
There seems to be a perception that even some of us could average 5 yards a carry running behind your offensive line. Do you think that's true?
I don't know about you, Don. You'd have a tough time hitting the hole, I think. But, maybe. I think. Certainly we take a lot of pride in our offensive line play, and we do feel like whoever you plug in there, we're going to have success just because we're confident. We have 4 guys coming back, and we feel really, really good about what we're doing up there up front, and really confident with our communication, which is so key. I think sometimes the best offensive lines aren't the ones who are the most talented. They're the ones that communicate the best, and I feel like this year, obviously, we have a ton of talent, and we're going to combine that with communication to kind of make, hopefully, the best offensive line I've ever been a part of.
There have been award winners before that have won awards at 2 positions, like a returner and a receiver or defensive back. You could be the first one to win an award at 3 different positions. Has that sunk in yet, and what will that mean to you to have that unique part of history?
It hasn't sunk in. I don't even really think about that, honestly. I feel very honored to win that one last year, and certainly I guess the Remington this year will be a goal of mine, but more importantly are the team goals. I think when I get done playing, certainly the Outland will be a great accomplishment, but those national championships are probably the most special thing to a player, just because it is so difficult to get 85 scholarship players and to come together and accomplish something like win a national championship. And so that's why you remember, just because it's so hard. There's so many good teams out there, and when you accomplish something like that with that kind of group of guys, it's something that sticks with you for a long time.
Barrett, what's the state of college athletics when the national discussion is about tearing down one statue? You've got one for your coach. It looks pretty darn good right now. For what it represents.
I'm sorry, can you kind of say
What's the state of college athletics right now when the national discussion is about tearing down one statue and your coach has one? It looks pretty darn worthy right now.
I don't know the state of college athletics. That's a philosophical question, maybe above my pay grade. But I certainly think it's certainly a tragedy all that's happened up there. And Penn State is a school that I know Alabama has had a lot of respect for a lot of generations, and so that is very, very sad to see all that going on. At the same time, we certainly don't want to. We love Coach Saban's statue, and we feel like he's really earned it. And Coach has always told us that statue is more than just him. It's about all of us and us all earning that statue.
Barrett, when you think about your job on the field and your job in the classroom and what you do with your spare time, do you ever have any downtime? And what do you do with downtime?
I think what you got to do is you just got to eliminate a little sleep. You can sleep when you're dead. So you just get 4 or 5 hours a night. You got a whole lot more time to do everything. No, I mean, I have a little downtime. I play golf right now. Golf is really my thing. I've started to get into golf and learning that it is the most frustrating game on the planet. It's one day you can shoot an 80 and the next day you can shoot 100. It's just, you never know with golf. And so when I have my free time and like to relax, that's kind of how I like to spend it right now.
What about you do missions work, you make the good grades? Do you have any bad habits? Everybody looks at Barrett as an all-American boy. What are something you think you can improve on?
Bad habits. Well, my mom would tell you I have a lot of bad habits. I'm an oldest child. I'm very bossy. My siblings, don't always like me. They love me. I bite my fingernails. I don't know.
Barrett, can you talk about putting last year kind of behind y'all with the national championship and moving forward to this year?
No doubt. That's something we're really focusing on. Obviously, complacency is a big word for us this year. We want to just avoid it at all costs. But I think in 2010, which I'm sure one of you guys is going to ask about eventually, Coach Saban obviously really preached to us to avoid complacency and warned us against what was going to happen the year after the national championship. But I really don't think the leaders kind of bought into it. And I think the difference is this year, we realize that it's more than just a coach saying something. It's got to be the leaders buying into that kind of principle and filtering it down through the whole organization. And so that's what we're really focusing on this year, is realizing that the 2012 Alabama team is 0 wins and 0 losses. We have a lot to prove, and we have a target on our back.
Why is it so easy to see the 2010 mistakes now, but we couldn't see them then?
Great question. I guess hindsight 2020. I guess I make that phrase for a reason. But it was in the moment. I think it was our first national championship that we all experienced, and it was just such an exciting moment to win in the Rose Bowl like that. It was so fun, and we kind of just had a hangover, from that experience. But now, I think a lot of guys, of the leaders on this team, have already experienced that and know how to react, and so we've been a part of that, and so hopefully we'll know how to handle that better.
Did you kind of figure after last year's national championship they were going to move you to center? Did you see it coming in your head, the final frontier? Where to go?
There were some theories out there, that I heard some whisperings within the halls. Maybe stuck my head on some meetings I wasn't supposed to be in. But no, I definitely had heard about it, but I wasn't worried about it at that point. I was just trying to win. But in the spring, me and Coach Stoutland talked about it, and I was very involved in the whole process, which I appreciated. Coach asked me if what I thought about it, and he obviously didn't want to hurt me in any way, and I was very open to the idea. For those who don't know, me and William Blais, the old center, are very good friends, and he tells me I have big shoes to fill, but the way I see it, he couldn't wear more than about a 10.5, so they're not that big. I'm really looking forward to playing center this year and trying to live up to the kind of the way he's been playing the last few years.
I think I'll put you in a skill position because he played a version of it where you wind up in the slot.
Against Auburn, yeah. Got him. I got him. So, I don't know. It's going to be hard for that, playing center. I was hoping this year, if I played left tackle again, we might run the same play except maybe throw the ball this time. That was, I told Coach Mack, it's great. We've got him. We disguised it and everything. But if we're going to keep him honest, we got to actually run the play and throw it to me. But I don't know how I'm going to ever get the ball at center. The fumble risk is illegal now, so I think I'm hopeless.
A lot of offensive and defensive linemen say the closer you are to the interior, the less fun it is to play. That it's more fun being an edge rusher and a tackle. I mean, do you sense that? Is it more fun playing one than the other?
It's just different. I think some guys like the glory. The edge rushers and the edge blockers get all the glory of the offensive line. The little glory that the offensive line has, the left tackle hogs about 90% of it. So, I guess it's just fun playing offensive line because you're part of a group of guys. And in all the other positions in football, you need the other guys, but not like you do in offensive line. You can be an outstanding player, but if the guy next to you has no clue what he's doing, you're going to look terrible. And that's what's so great about it is that I need Chance and Anthony Steen so bad in order to look like a good player. In order for people to think I'm a good center. So, that's what makes it special.